Several countries still use the Makarov PM today, a Soviet sidearm first adopted in 1951. How did this simple pistol outlive its Cold War rivals and become one of the most widely used pistols in history? Today we're deep diving into the Makarov PM, from its origins in post-war Soviet engineering to its continued use by Russian special forces and police units in the 21st century. And wait until you hear what happened during its first real test, an engagement that would shape its legacy for decades to come. After the Second World War, the Soviet Union needed a new sidearm to replace the TT-33 Tokarev pistol. The TT-33 was reliable but heavy and complex for mass production. In 1948, engineer Nikolay Makarov proposed a new pistol design. His goal was to create a lighter, simpler, and more cost-effective weapon for Soviet troops. The Soviet military approved the project in 1948. Makarov's design used a new 7.62 by 25 mm PM cartridge, smaller than most pistols of the time but still deadly at short range. The Cold War was intensifying, and the Soviet Union needed a sidearm that could be produced in large numbers and used by soldiers, police, and even civilians. Makarov's team faced a major challenge, balancing simplicity with reliability. Early prototypes had feeding issues and inconsistent trigger pull. In 1950, the Soviet military conducted field trials. The pistol performed well in cold conditions but had problems with overheating during rapid fire. Despite these issues, the pistol was adopted in 1951 as the PM, or Pistolet Makarova. It was praised for its compact size and ease of use. After years of development, it was finally time to prove itself, in the field, under real combat conditions. The Makarov PM first saw action during the Hungarian Revolution of 1956. Soviet troops used it extensively during street fighting in Budapest. The pistol's compact size made it ideal for close-quarters combat. It could fire 8 rounds from a detachable box magazine, with a cyclic rate of about 30 rounds per minute. Soviet soldiers reported that the PM was easier to handle than the TT-33 and more reliable in extreme weather conditions. The PM quickly replaced the TT-33 in Soviet military service. It also became the standard sidearm for KGB officers and other security forces. But the real test was yet to come, when the Makarov PM would be used in some of the most intense conflicts of the Cold War. The Makarov PM saw widespread use during the Vietnam War. North Vietnamese and Viet Cong forces used it in jungle ambushes and urban fighting. In 1968, during the Prague Spring, Soviet troops used the PM in street battles against Czechoslovakian resistance fighters. The pistol proved effective at short range, but its 7.62 by 25 mm round lacked the stopping power of larger calibers like the 9 by 19 mm Parabellum. Despite this, the PM remained popular due to its simplicity, reliability, and ease of production. Over 10 million units were made by the end of the Cold War. The Makarov PM also became a favorite among insurgent groups and criminal organizations around the world. It was used in conflicts from Afghanistan to Angola. So what's the lasting impact of the Makarov PM, a Cold War pistol that outlived its rivals and spread across the world? The Makarov PM influenced the design of many modern pistols, including the Russian Yarygin PA and the Chinese Type 54. Even today, the PM remains in service with Russian special forces and police units. It has also been adopted by several countries worldwide. The Makarov PM's legacy is one of simplicity, reliability, and global reach. It is a weapon that outlived its Cold War origins and continues to serve in the 21st century. Was it worth the investment? For over 70 years, the Makarov PM has proven itself, a Cold War pistol that conquered the world. The Makarov PM is a testament to Soviet engineering and a weapon that still matters today. Several countries still use it. Which military subject should we deep dive next? Comment below and subscribe for more.